for that night. I got a pair of tickets here for you if you're caller 12. Go see Mark Maron. You'll have a great time. Good luck. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
Hello.
Alexa, play 100.7 WMMS on iHeartRadio.
Here you go.
From the Final Touch Construction, Roofing, Siding, and Window Studios, it's the Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS. Cleveland. An iHeartRadio station.
Boy, with 9 Inch Nails going into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I was thinking about how when Billy Corgan was really upset because he thought all these 90s bands were getting disrespected, I've never even hear anyone talk about Smashing Pumpkins going into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Rage has been nominated. Jane's Addiction, right? Those bands get nominated. I never hear anybody talking about Smashing Pumpkins going into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I mean, Pearl Jam's in, Green Day's in, Chili Peppers are in, Nirvana's in. I wonder, Bill.
I don't.
I don't
like
at
Smashing
all.
Pumpkins a lot, but I just don't think they have that critical acclaim. I mean, it is what it is.
You kidding me? Have you heard Rat in a Cage? You don't think that's...
Is that what it's called?
What's it called?
Rat in a Cage.
Rat in a Cage.
You don't know that song? What's it called? Venom or something stupid?
Venom. Tell you what, you're 0 for 2. I mean, you can keep trying.
Despite all my rage. Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're trying to...
know the song, yeah.
I'm still... Butterfly.
Wait, what?
You're closer.
Butterfly wing. Bullet
You're
on butterfly wings.
Bullet with butterfly wings.
I was close.
Closer than Venom. I love that song, Venom Like a Rat in a Cage. Boy, that is a great song. There was a guy who was getting a divorce. And
Good for him.
The guy in Kansas is getting a divorce in Iowa. And he has asked the court for trial by combat with his ex-wife. Oh, these goddamn nerds are just taking everything over.
Can he do it, but she's allowed to get a champion to fight in her place, like on Game of Thrones?
Yes.
Oh, like a ringer.
Yeah.
Someone sitting in for you?
Yes.
I wish I was the monster you think I am. I wish I had enough poison for the whole pack of you. I would gladly give my life to watch you all swallow it. And I know I'll get no justice here, so I will let the gods decide my fate. I demand a trial by combat.
Didn't that take you out of that show? I think Peter Dinklage is an amazing actor, but that phony British accent, it sounds like Keanu Reeves in that Shakespeare movie he did. I demand. There's so many British people in that show. Wouldn't you immediately be taken out of a scene?
I thought he was fantastic.
Really?
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, he was great.
But that goofy fake accent.
It's a different... It's not
British.
really British. It's Westeros.
Yeah.
Pardon me.
No, they're not British in the show.
Yeah.
It
Well, then
doesn't
why are
take
they
place
doing-
in London.
But we hear that accent as British. It's clearly a British accent.
Well, it's a...
It's what it is. That's what he's
from
trying to do.
Westeros, but-
Nobody said do a Westeros accent, and he
Except
came
they
up with...
did.
That's what a Westeros... That's exactly what a
He
Westeros...
nailed the Westeros accent.
accent
He's a
sounds like.
Westeronian.
It's actually the British actors and actresses that didn't sound as accurate because they didn't sound like him. Gotcha!
Nice try. Anyway, this guy wants trial by combat with his ex-wife. He wants a legal sword fight. He says that she has destroyed him, and after hearing that duels have actually never been banned in the United States, he is demanding legally that he be able to sword fight his soon-to-be ex-wife.
I think it's absolutely okay as long as she can have someone stand there in her place. I think if
Like fencing
The
or
length-
like a sword fight?
I'll explain it to you. The lengths to which, and anyone who has ever been divorced acrimoniously, you know where this comes from. Other people, it might be a bit more foreign. But the lengths to which people who are getting divorced will go to F with each other knows no bounds. And you throw a nerd like this guy in the mix. He says, trial by combat has never been explicitly banned or restricted in the United States, but he also told the court that he would need 12 weeks lead time to get the Japanese katana that he had in mind. So this guy probably has a really long ponytail. He also kindly invited his wife's attorney to the duel, who could either be a spectator or stand in for his.
There you go.
So there you go. Volunteer as tribute. Of course, the lawyer argued for his ex-wife, because a duel could end in death. That's a bit of a bigger deal than property tax and custody issues. But the guys who find these loopholes in these things and go, all right, fine, I want a duel for my divorce. Oh, come on,
You're
bro.
not wrong.
Now do you understand why I'm divorcing you?
See,
Now do you get it?
this is exactly why I'm afraid to get married, because I'm afraid of divorce. And I
someone's
know,
gonna duel
well,
you?
no, it's not even that. I just know I don't have the maturity to handle a divorce like a civilized human being. I would be, chief petty officer.
Oh,
You know what?
Most people don't handle divorce like
So
a
imagine
civilized
someone who's
person.
petty,
You'd
who's
be
petty already.
Yeah, well,
I'd be worse.
whatever.
I'm
I
coming
mean,
to your job. I'm getting you fired. I'm gonna tell all your coworkers that you pack baloney. Like I'm doing everything.
I'm going to tell them that you pack baloney.
I'm getting the alimony, everything.
That was something
saying I'm pregnant.
That is absolutely something I threw out my back, patting myself when I did not have any social media breakdowns when I was going through my breakup. With all the things I wanted to post online and tag people and just blow it all
All the
out.
memes you
and
got
I sat there
ready.
and I didn't do one of them. And I'm like, I'm very proud of that.
Well, because you never get away clean.
No,
you feel good, but then when the dust settles and it's still sitting there, man, it never
Right,
ends.
right.
It's better to make a clean cut.
Yes.
With a Japanese katana that this guy will need 12 weeks lead time to procure.
Yes, you did it in real life where you had your
I had my breakdowns on stage.
breakdowns on stage. You wore your dress and did a comedy show talking about your breakup.
Exactly.
So, I mean,
that's better than doing it on social media.
yeah.
I just know I would be petty. Like I'm keying your car.
That's what I'm saying. I
Everything.
was like, I didn't set anything on fire.
Like I want to be in your head. Like I just want to. I want to be in your head every time something bad happens.
But you say that as somebody who hasn't been married or blah, blah, blah. We know that. But I'm just saying, like, by the time you get to that point, you might feel very differently. You'd be like...
You got to
I
be
know.
mad for a long
But
time.
you're also just emotionally exhausted.
depends
and
on
you're-
the-
and it's
also
expensive.
depends
and you're
on the
like,
grounds
I
of divorce,
just
though.
want to get... Well, what would the grounds be that would require you to be petty?
Cheating.
Right, but then the other person could be like, I got a restraining order against him because he told everybody I pack baloney. Like, it just...
But I'm just saying that's the
one
thing.
person's got to be the bigger person because it'll just never end.
That's what I'm saying, though. I want to do just a couple things just so I'm in his head. So every time something like goes bad in his life, he thinks it's me. Like, oh my gosh, it's raining on my way to work today. I know Cody was behind it because that's just how he is.
But you don't know that that's going to happen in
He
any
could never
way.
think of you again.
Yeah.
I know, but I would like to think that.
And that's the thing, he's already in your head and you don't even know who he is
I
yet.
have to think that he has
Yeah,
chlamydia.
your ex-husband is already in your head.
Yeah.
I have to think that he has chlamydia and he's doing terrible in life in order to get through because I'm not that mature. I'm not that mature. And he
Doesn't that bother you about yourself?
Sure.
So why don't you try and fix that part of yourself rather than try and curse someone that you once loved?
But it's not even the people that I once loved. I think anyone who turns me down probably has chlamydia because that's my defense mechanism.
Right, but rather than figuring that part of yourself out, you skip over all that to, well, here's how I'm going to wreck this person's life because I can't keep my own self together. Which,
Correct.
you know,
I mean,
I commend your creativity. I would have never thought to blow somebody up for packing baloney. But, because, boy, that doesn't even have to be true, Bill.
Right.
You know?
It could be pimento loaf.
Oh, a falsehood can make its
Yeah.
way around the world before the truth even has its pants on.
And don't even get me started on the nude pictures.
Of his baloney.
Do those also have bologna? So when you say he's packing bologna, is that what you're talking about, or you
Is
meant
this
for
because I
lunch?
said a bologna sandwich yesterday?
That's
with
because he
ketchup?
dated a guy named Oscar.
Oh.
No, it's just something stupid.
So you're going to avoid. It's so hard to create. I feel like hearing Poundcake talk is like one of those serial killer maps where they've got the thread going
Yes.
to pictures, and you're trying to connect some kind of. You want to get proposed to so you can turn it down, and you're allegedly scared of getting married. So because of divorce.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Which is why he would turn down the proposal in the first place.
But I do want the ring because I want the illusion.
If he doesn't get married, he can't get divorced.
Correct.
Sure. But you also can't whip I'm pregnant at the either.
He's a seahorse.
Boy, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Seahorse, yeah. That could be too.
I've been lying to you.
But
this
they
whole
leave their
time.
eggs in the water, right?
No,
he ain't gonna leave his eggs in the water.
The men get pregnant.
Right, but don't they leave the eggs in the water?
I don't know.
Oh. Might want to look into that.
Is pleading insanity a grounds for like not having to pay like child support or
No,
like
pleading
alimony?
insanity is when you set something on fire.
I know, but I'm just saying, like,
Wait, who is insane in this equation?
Me, like,
you would say I don't want to pay. First of all, why would you not want to pay child support?
Also, what? Yeah, what?
I'm just saying,
What child?
I'm just saying, my hypothetical marriage and my hypothetical kids, like, what grounds would it be like, all right, well, clearly he has to have like a conservator or something because he's not able to keep up with himself. And then I'm like, yeah, I got out of everything.
Oh, you mean you would pretend that you were like mentally unfit?
You know, I throw
Well,
poop
we
at
know
people.
you're mentally unfit. You're not going to have to convince anyone of that.
Why wouldn't you try and get custody of your kids?
Yeah.
Because
Glad somebody asked.
It probably wasn't my idea to have the kids, so he probably wanted them. And I was like, sure, fine. I'm stuck in this.
You didn't want to take Jeremy to soccer anymore?
I mean,
what were your names? Bougie and Bega? What are
Tia, Crunchwrap. What was it?
Oh, Gordy and Lupa.
Gordy.
Oh, yeah, my kids.
You
Yeah,
wouldn't
I
fight
forgot.
for... This is what we're talking about, your hypothetical kids. You wouldn't fight for Gordy and Lupa for custody?
They would fight to not be with him.
Yes.
I mean,
You'd watch your children claim insanity so that they wouldn't be housed with you.
if I'm being a true dad, I should know that the best interest should be with their father, their other father, not with me.
Their good father.
Yeah. I'm the cool dad. I'm the one like. No.
Ugh, no.
If you're gonna drink, I'd rather you do it in
Don't
the house.
aspire
type
to be
dad.
the cool dad.
Playing
No.
beer pong at 70 years old type of dad.
No.
Gonna be a dad when you're 70 for the first time?
No, we were before I took my son back to school a couple of weekends ago. We went and loaded up the grocery cart and took a bunch up there. And he's like, "Hey, you think you could get me?" I go, "Nope."
He was gonna say beer.
Yeah, no, he wanted like a fifth of something for him and his friends. I go,
He's
"Nope."
18, 19?
He's 19.
Okay.
And I get it. I go, "It's if you really want it, you'll find it. You don't need me." And he's like, "Not really." I go, "Whatever."
Well,
because his mom wouldn't. He goes, "Mom wouldn't do it either." I go, "Yeah, we're pretty united on that front." I go, "I'm sorry,
couldn't
man.
get him a White
You're
Claw,
not
man?"
21. He's not 21. I'm like, whatever you do on campus, I can't control anyway.
Right.
But I can absolutely control that. I'm not going to go buy you booze.
Wow, white people are good parents.
Not all of them.
No. My dad bought me a bottle of Hypnotic one time when I was 20. I went to a concert that I was then thrown out of. So he
bottle of
felt real bad
Hypnotic?
about that.
what concert?
John Mayer.
That's your
Drank
favorite.
Hypnotic
I know.
for a John
You wrote
Mayer
your own
show.
concert. Yeah.
Me and my two girlfriends from college played Thunderstruck with a bottle of Hypnotic before a John
That
Mayer
is a
concert.
stomach ache.
And then we stole a bunch of beer because we're only 20. We did the whole bait and switch. She would distract the beer cart
Yeah.
person, and I would steal it under a free T-shirt. And then I got so drunk that I tried to rush the stage at a John Mayer concert. I got my hands up on the stage and went to go swing my legs around, and in one fatal swoop, I got my legs up on the stage, and a security guard swooped me up and was like, "You got to get the hell out of here."
How long ago was that?
6
I
months
was
ago.
20, so 10 years ago.
Yeah, you should be 10 years sober right now.
Dude, when I say some of these things out loud, I was like,
On
the fact
the
that it took me
stage?
this long.
Yeah.
How'd you
to
get that
admit that
close?
I just walked up.
She was a cheerleader. She's an athlete.
Hot girls get past everything. You probably just look like a groupie hoe, and they were like, just let her on through.
Yeah, it was during his encore.
Had you
My
been
friends
cool-
wanted to leave. They didn't want to stay for the encore, so they started to walk away, and I broke from the pack.
Well, yeah, it was a John Mayer show. I doubt they had burly security guards locked arm in arm at the front of the stage. And not a
Well,
lot
they
of
had one that got me.
Right, one. I mean,
Yeah.
Had you been cool and stood there, you probably could have gone back to his tour bus or something. But you
Yeah,
had to
nope. I
properly
wanted to
set
get
up
up on
story.
stage.
You got great stories, though.
I do.
Right?
They all involve things like that. Yeah. But I was thrown
Someone
out of a John
scooping
Mayer
you
concert.
up.
My dad was like, "I've never bought alcohol for any of my kids," and then this happened. He was so
Couldn't
mad.
handle it.
Yeah.
Couldn't handle it.
And I was this was summer before I turned 21, so it was just a few months shy of 21. Again,
It
still
was
illegal,
an
but-
administrative choice in his part.
Right.
Yeah. He's across and tried to get up there. How close were you to John Mayer himself?
He was off the stage already.
Oh, this is the end of the
This
show.
is the very end of the show.
So you were going to try to run after
I
him.
took the encore to get down to the stage. And then when the show ended, I was trying to get up on the stage. It was at Blossom.
You wanted to scream at the top of your lungs.
I did.
Yeah.
I wanted to run through the halls of his high school, baby.
Yeah! Oh, this was at Blossom.
Yes.
Jesus.
So we were in the lawn. My friends are
what I'm saying.
leaving, and
She
I went through.
far.
I jumped because everyone
You
was
tear
leaving.
ass right down the middle of the pavilion.
Exactly.
and-
I
was probably
jumped.
already
I
gone.
jumped the fence or whatever those little gates that they have over the pavilion.
Yeah.
Walked down, went up. He was like playing his last song when I was making my way to the stage. Yeah. All because I'm a little hypnotic.
I love when the audience pays very close attention to the show. And so I got a letter from Jeffrey. He
I
said,
met John Mayer, by the way.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
When?
I just remember now. He did stand up at the Cellar when I was there one time. And he like,
oh, he was dabbling in that for a
Yeah.
little while, wasn't
I
he?
love
When
him.
it was
hanging
with
out
Gerard
with Chappelle.
Small, and I was with Bobby Kelly at the time, and like everybody ran down and was like, "Oh, John's gonna do stand up," and like I was sitting there talking with him. I didn't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, okay, sorry,
I would have fainted.
forgot about that.
My face is getting hot thinking about it.
Anyway, Alan,
Your
Back
face
to
is
you.
getting hot thinking about it.
About meeting John Mayer.
Yeah.
That would be someone I wouldn't be able to hold my cool around. I really don't think I could.
Well, you know Bobby Kelly's thoughts on Bill.
What's
Bill
that?
Squire's amazing.
One of the funniest guys ever.
He's not woke at all.
Yeah. No, Jeffrey sent me a letter, and he goes, I wasn't able to document all of them, but he sent me a list of a whole bunch of shows of bands that we said we're going to be playing. And frankly, I don't remember any of these. Because we throw them so fast and loose.
yeah,
He gave me venues and dates for all these shows.
What is it, this weekend or this Saturday?
Yeah, so if it jogs anyone's memory, you can thank Jeffrey. The 26th of February, last year, the Beachland Ballroom was Meat Rash. Wi-Fi butt plugs were at the Agora in May. Bruno Mars and the Infected Pube. That was June 19th at the House of Blues. I hope he kept ticket stubs for these. The Agora, June 26th of 2019, was Hot Wet Rag.
That's a good one.
Grog Shop, late June. That was the Salty Faith and Mediocre Peen Show. Affordable Suffering at the Foundry. Fob Duper. I don't know what that is. Something. Yeah.
they still sound like real bands.
Yeah. Arizona Penis Cooler, Testicular Congestion. So, thank you, Jeffrey. I appreciate that.
Oh, Fob Duper makes me laugh.
Fob Duper. Who knows the amazing tours that will come through in 2020? Okay, I've got a break. You want to get the last word in, send me a text, 35192, AlanCoxShow.com for all the other stuff, and we'll come back and get everything going here. Your next shot to get yourself $1,000, by the way, is just ahead of you. 6:30 is your next crack at funding yourself.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS. And everywhere you go on our free